Business time now with Stephen. Hi there, Stephen.
Hello, Catherine.
Let's start off in Vienna. A really big story today for many economies all around the world, almost all of them, you could probably say. This is a meeting of the OPEC group of oil-producing nations.
That's right. The Organisation of Petroleum Exporting Countries will bring together the heavyweights of global oil production. They're going to have to come up with a response to a sharp drop in the price of oil, which has fallen by some 30% since the summer. That's left some of their members struggling to pay their bills. Now, the choice is whether or not to cut production or try to boost prices. But Saudi Arabia, the biggest member of that 12-country bloc, seems set against that for now. Anyway, well, for more on this, let's go to Leeds and speak to David Battersby, who's an investment manager at Redmayne-Bentley stockbrokers. David, thank you for joining us on France 24. Tell us, what are you expecting from the OPEC meeting today?
I think the fact of the matter is we really don't know what to expect. I mean, we have been told by the delegate representing Saudi Arabia that there has been an agreement between the Gulf states, but what we're expecting from OPEC as a whole, we quite frankly do not know. And I think the reason that he won't give any more information than that they haven't decided themselves yet. Will there be a production? We don't know. There is this tussle between what's going on with Russia and what's going on with shale gas in the States.
And what about oil price? Like, we've seen it drop, as I said, by 30% since June. Could it go so much lower if they don't do anything?
I think the short answer is yes, it could. We've just also had the news out that the number of barrels in reserve in the United States have increased to more than expected. And with Saudi Arabia not wanting to cut back on production, it could mean that the oil price, which has already fallen, significantly and is already, heading lower, could go even lower.
I mean, you spoke there about the reserves the United States has. Of course, the shale gas production from their side is also helping to drive down oil costs or oil prices. How relevant really is OPEC? Give us an idea to the global oil industry now. I mean, are they losing some of their influence?
Well, I think this is the problem with OPEC. They were set up originally so they could control the price of oil, a mini cartel, if you like. But as the financial crisis has hit, there is less demand for the product that they have, and with alternatives such as shale gas, they are losing control of the product of energy that they provide.
OK, David Battersby at Redmayne-Bentley in Leeds, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We'll be watching that story, of course, as it develops throughout the day.
Of course, I'm sure a lot of our viewers have been enjoying lower prices at the petrol pumps.
We've seen petrol prices actually fall to their lowest level since the end of December 2010 here in France, so that's an effect we're seeing replicated across the world too.
And what's happened to the oil price today then?
Well, it is falling, as we were just saying. It is falling yet again today in trading. The Brent crude index of oil down to around $76.50 in trading. It's down slightly, as you can see, 1.49% today, and that's really in line with the trend that we've seen happening since June of this year, when there's been a steady fall in the price of a barrel of oil. Over in the stock markets, it's having an impact too in Europe. Oil and gas shares are the biggest sector in decline in trading today. Now, in Paris, there has been some difficulties at the opening of the CAC 40. Euronext has been advising us of what's been happening there, but we have seen the CAC 40 open down slightly. I can tell you as well, the drinks company Rémy Cointreau, their shares opening up more than 7% after reporting better than expected financial results for the first half of this year. Over in Asia, it was a pretty mixed day in trading today there as well. The Shanghai Composite continuing its recent gains that we'd seen, managing to get another day's gains out of that interest rate cut we saw earlier in the week. Not such a great picture, though, in Japan or in Hong Kong.
OK, finally then, it is Thanksgiving in the United States today, as we've just been reporting. And it's a holiday that's not just associated with turkey and stuffing and mac and cheese. It's also a certain drinks flavouring that's really proving incredibly popular.
That's right, and that is, of course, pumpkin spice, the holiday taste of choice for many people. This is a trend, of course, that's really captured by Starbucks back in 2003 when they launched the pumpkin spice latte. And it's become this yearly event for fans of it. And it's actually driven up the company's sales by 10%, it was estimated, in the last quarter of 2013. But overall, pumpkin spice has become an even bigger phenomenon. Pumpkin spice flavoured products, according to a study from the consumer group Nielsen, rose by 14% last year. It's an industry that's now worth $350 million.
But what do you put it in apart from pumpkin pie?
Beer and pie filling are the two biggest sectors. Pumpkin beer is up 2% sales last year.
My goodness, I've never even had a pumpkin spice drink. I should probably get on the craze. Yeah. Thanks very much. Stephen Carroll there with the business news here on France 24.